Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're looking at Sunset Over Water by Pencil First Games. Sunset Over Water is a 1 to 4 player set collection game by Pencil First Games. It's designed by Steve Finn, who also did Herbaceous and Biblios, and is coming to Kickstarter October 3rd.
You play as artists who are trekking through the wilderness to paint landscapes. You'll have a lot of decisions to make, like how early do you get up? How far and where do you travel? How many landscapes do you paint, and when do you sell those paintings? The player with the most renown at the end of 6 rounds will be the winner.
Let's look at the prototype components. There are beautiful landscape cards, commission and goal cards, and for each player there are planning cards, a reference card, and an artist meeple.
Both the landscape cards and the commission cards have feature icons on them. Collecting the features from the landscapes and exchanging them for matching commission cards is the main way to get renown points.
You begin the game with a 5x5 grid of landscape cards and all the artist tokens on the center card. Each player simultaneously draws 3 planning cards from their deck and chooses one to play. The planning card has 3 sections. It shows what time you wake up, which determines turn order initiative. It shows which directions you can move and how many spaces. And it shows how many landscape cards you can paint.
As you move, you can paint any landscape you pass, including your start and end spot, as long as the card isn't occupied by another player and you haven't reached your painting limit. After painting, you can sell your landscapes to collect the available commission cards.
Landscape cards and commission cards do not replenish until the end of the round, so if you wake up too late, most of the good stuff might already be gone. You can't move through empty spaces, so you can even get stuck if your movement card doesn't give you many options.
But going later could give you a better chance at the daily goal. It goes to the last person who fulfills the requirement, so there are some balancing elements.
I like it when games have player reference cards. They come in really handy, but this game is so easy to grasp and understandable, you probably will only need them the first few times.
I really like the planning cards. They really give you a lot of decisions and they add some tension to the game. So you have the choices of, do I get up super early so I can try to go first, but then I might only get to paint 1 landscape? Or do I get up later and hope that I still have some decent options by the time?
Because one time I was like, I'm going to get up at like 6:15. I'm going to be the first player. But then Melissa played 6 a.m. I was like, 15 minutes, I could have got it.
Yep. So there are a lot of choices. You will end up playing all of your planning cards but 2 during the game. So I'm sure there's going to be times where you have all your options are less than ideal. So you'll have to do your best to make the best of what you have.
The card art really brings this game to life. Beth Sobel did a wonderful job with the beautiful landscapes. They truly are spectacular. It may even make you want to go traveling. The prototype was already good quality and the final printing will be even better. One really quick thing I wanted to mention are the meeples. I like that they're not just generic meeples. The artists are fun to move around during the gameplay.
I also played the solo variant for this game and I found it enjoyable. It adds a few more decisions you have to make, and then there's a score level chart to rate how well you actually did. The solo variant was developed by Keith
Matejka?
Something like that. He's the same guy who developed Role Player and the solo variant for Herbaceous.
So if you enjoyed Herbaceous, and you enjoy casual gameplay, maybe you're okay with little player interaction and love beautiful artwork, then check out Sunset Over Water this October on Kickstarter.